Heaven's California.
Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the next episode of Your Nation Needs You. Now, last time around, we were just in the transfers, making sure we had a few players transferred in. Now, who have we had transferred in? If you did miss the last episode, make sure you do check it out. Otherwise, you won't really know what this series is about. So if you did miss the last episode, make sure you are going back and having a look. I'll link it in the description if I remember. If not, just go onto the channel. It's the big video thumbnail, just an England flag with FIFA 18 career mode with the Nottingham Forest badge. That's the first video. That's the first episode. But who did we get? We brought in 4 new players to the team so far. We brought in Brandon Mason, Freddie Woodman, Angel Gomez, and Joe Gomez. We have brought in a scout who is currently scouting in England. We still have 1.25 million left. This is how the team is looking. The left back is a little bit dodgy, but trust me, I brought in a good player there. He will improve. I mean, if we were being particularly picky and we sold a few more players, I would like to try and pick up one of these two in the January transfer window. Obviously, we got Butland there. I would like to pick him up, but he's going to be probably not until we're in the Premier League. I would have liked to pick up a new centre-back as well, but they're just going to be too much money. Deon Sterling is another player I'd like to pick up as well as some of these guys as well, maybe one of these midfielders, but their wage is pretty high. So we're going to stick with what we got. We're going to jump straight into the season, I think, today. We got a couple of games. Seeing as we're in the transfer window, I'll probably only be playing 2 or 3 games today, I think. 2 or 3. The home phone's ringing. I should probably check who it was. But I'm not going to. We're just going to jump straight into this one. So we've had some transfer talks broken down. Stephen Henderson has not moved to Sunderland. They couldn't reach terms. Daniel Fox, he's Scottish. He's valued at 375 and they've offered us 230. Let's try and negotiate a bit of a deal here. I think I'll try and get a bit more money from them, see how far they can go. Because we want to be trying to get in as much money as we can for these players, obviously to bring in some fresh new players if we have the money. And also to get some fresh English scouts. We're going to propose a new fee. We're going to see if they'll give us 400. I'll say 400,000. A little bit above his fee. What are they going to say to that? 330. Let's see if they'll give us his actual value at the moment. Let's see if they'll give us that. They'll give us 350. 350. They've met us in the middle. We'll accept it. We've boosted him up a bit. We've got an extra 100,000 for that. That's good. That's even if they can get him on the terms with wages and stuff. That is one of the most annoying things about this FIFA. You have a player who's been transferred. Mario Gaspar's gone to Manchester United. I don't know why. But you sell the player. You think you've sold the player, and then the transfer talks break down because you're selling them to a lesser club and they can't afford the wages. That is super, super annoying in this FIFA. Got some training here, there. Brereton and Grant on the training drills at the moment. Any growth? Oh, Brereton didn't do very well. In fact, neither of them did very well there. That's not very good, is it? Now, I can't remember if we've redeemed a future star or not for this career mode. I cannot remember. We'll give it a couple of weeks. If nothing comes through, then I will buy one up from the market. But that is a confirmation that Daniel Fox has been sold, which means we get a little more money, but not enough for the signings we want at the moment. There we go then, an offer for Jamie Ward. I'm not sure if this is a player. This is our Northern Irish player, is it not? because that's not the England. No, that's our Northern Irish player. So they've offered us 590, which is close to his value. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and accept that one straight through. No negotiations needed there. They've offered us enough money there. I'm happy with that. We get some more player training then. If we can get a bit better training results, lads, that'd be good. Can we get anything better this time? Okay, that was a little bit better, but still not great. Just looking at the team here. I mean, I'll start with the 4. I think that's a 4-2-3-1 basically. But if it seems a little bit too flat, I will move it on to a 4-3-3 because that's just a formation that I always seem to use with career modes. Basically, it just seems to have the best flow. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. We did get one then. So, this is the guy who's found us. We can't use him because he's not English. The hope of getting an English player, and we can't use him because he's not English. So we can't even sign him to the club. We just have to release him because he's not English. And the idea of this series is we only get English lads in the club. So we have another offer here, George Grant. He's our English player. He's on the right hand side, and we are going to reject, and we're going to block because we do not want him leaving. There was the offer from Sunderland as well, but I just don't think Sunderland can afford his wages. He's on quite a lot of money, and Sunderland just being relegated probably couldn't afford him. So that's probably why the transfer talks broke down there. But we're going to be jumping straight into our first game here then when the simulation eventually comes through. Okay, Jamie Ward has been sold. Fantastic. Midland have offered us a bit of money for Joe Worrell, who's another English player. Like all the players we have on the transfer list. Look, all of these. Transfer listed. Look at these. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. We still have 6 players we need to get rid of. And they're giving us offers for the English players. We don't want to sell our English players, you know. But first game of the season then. Millwall. Obviously, we're in the Championship for a couple of years. Went down to League One. And now back into the Championship. First test for the team, really. I mean, we're looking at the management here. There's not really much we can do with the team. We've got a decent bench here. There's still a couple of players that we need to get rid of, like Bridkurt. He's a really good player, Bridkurt, but we can't play him. He still needs to go. Hemio still needs to go. He still needs to go. So does he. 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 There's a few more players than what we've listed up. After saw that after this game. But our bench is kind of a bit lacking. I don't even know if we have enough replacements here, honestly. We have no centre midfield replacements, which is a little worrying, to say the least. Oh god, I didn't even think about that. You know what? We're just going to have to roll with it. We're going to have youth players coming through. If I have to sign someone else, I will, but I don't really want to. First goal of the season then, and it comes. There we go. We've opened the game up here against Millwall. It's a goal from Toll, I believe. Our talented, no, not Toll, Dowell. Our attacking midfielder, 84 potential. So this kid, he's going to go far in the team. He is going to go far. Nice pass from Derek into Brereton, into Dowell. And then a lovely left-footed finish. Slots it in. Puts us in the lead. And grabs himself our first Championship goal. Maybe goal number 2 here. The goalkeeper makes a great save there to deny us a 2-goal lead. Here's Dowell, and he seems really promising, this kid, Dowell. Dowell in some good space, has a shot. Surely Brereton's going to get his head to that. He can't. Webster makes the save. But Dowell, he's been really good. I think I'm going to enjoy using this kid. Dowell into Grant. Grant, can he control his finish? He can, and what a finish it is. Just before the second half. We're 2-0 up here. What a goal. What a nice bit of play. Brereton to Dowell to Grant. Grant gets it past the goalkeeper. What a nice finish. 2-0. Promising start with this team. I'm really liking them already. The reason why, a lot of people might not like what I'm going to say here, but you know I'm a Manchester United fan, but if there was a team, a top English team that I respect, I mean, actually, no. The three teams I follow: Manchester United, Brighton Hove Albion, and Wycombe Wanderers, obviously being my hometown team. If there was a team, I wouldn't say I support another team, but I respect another team. If there's a team I respect the most in the Premier League, after that are a top flight team, in the top, like, say, the top 6 teams, I'd probably say Spurs are the team I most respect at the moment. Just because they have the English players. When you see a team doing that well, a team doing well with English players who've just beaten Real Madrid, you've got to have some respect for the team. A load of people hate on Spurs. And I wouldn't say they're my favourite club, but I have respect for them just because they're using English talent. And, you know, we need some English talent. And, you know, you've got to say, we've got a lot of it in that Spurs team. Here's Brereton. Brereton, here he comes. Can he get himself his first league goal? He can't. He's denied by the goalkeeper there. A fantastic reflex save. Millwall in here. Oh, and they've hit the bar. That's unlucky. And it's a goal for Millwall then. They've just left the goal so far open there. We'll make a change there. But look at that. The goal was so far open. No one marked him. That's the goal. As I've said, the computer cheats. It sweats goals. And there's nothing I can really do about that one. There we go then. Full time. A solid 2-1 victory today. Unfortunately, we did let the goal in. But nothing really much we can do about that. Man of the match, obviously, going to Kieran Dowell. Brereton had a decent game, even though he didn't get the goal. He did get a goal assist. Also, Grant having a good game there. Cohen, also a decent game. But I think I might just bite the bullet and just go with a 4-3-3. Just because you get to use all positions. Because we won there, but it was a bit flat. I'm going to be honest, it was a bit flat. And I think if we can get some of these players, because the midfielders are a little bit further back than I'd like them. So we'll have a go on the 4-3-3 attack. Just because playing against the computer, if you play a bit more attacking, you do tend to get a few more chances than you usually would do. So we're going to get... Whoa. Hang on a minute. By the way, no, we can do the instructions, just not one of the instructions. So get him behind, yep, that's cool. We want him to... we want him to stay central? Kind of, yeah. We want him to get him behind as well. Actually, no, we don't want him to stay central. We'll keep him balanced width. And then we'll get him to go in behind. We'll tell our fullbacks to stay back while attacking as well. And then that is looking good. We're going to obviously put Dowell there. Grant's going to go on the right. Osborne's going to go on the left. Brereton's going to be leading the line. These two, yeah, I'd say that's a solid team to keep going with the season. We might need a new midfielder. We might not. It depends if any of these players actually end up selling. There seems to be a few players that aren't actually on the transfer list. Like, there's a couple of players not on that transfer list that I want on the transfer list. So we're going to have to do that now. I don't know why I haven't put them on the transfer list. This guy... Oh, is it because he's on... Oh, it's because he's only just moved. That's why we can't do him. He's on loan, so we can't get rid of him anyway. Thomas Lamb is on loan. That's why we can't get rid of them. They've only just freaking brought them in. So we can't play Liam. We can't get rid of Liam Bridcut. And we can't get rid of Brucharakis, which is a shame, because they're worth quite a bit of money. And I could have done with getting their money. And we can't get rid of him either. He's only just come through. But in January we'll be able to get rid of them. So maybe in January we may have to get a new centre mid in. Because at the moment we don't really have the money. We have 2.2 million. But what I was going to look is if there's any decent scouts here. Yeah, there is. Look, there's a really good one there. A 5-4 star Declan Davies. What happens if we just adjust this a bit? It's already quite high. But we do want to blow all our transfer budget on him? Probably not. So you're going to throw that down to about that again. The question is, do we get a new centre mid in or not? Because we're looking at the replacements here. We've only got Clough, Gomez, and that's it. And we don't really have any spare wide players either at the moment. We don't have many spare players at all, which is a little worrying. I think this is probably going to be a season in which we could have quite a few tired players. Training here then. Can we get any growth for this time around? Yes, Brereton goes up to a 68 overall. Grant very close to the 70. That's what I meant. Grant's close to 70. Brereton not quite there yet. Okay, then into our next game. We have a game here against Blackpool. We're away from home. The first team's fit. We're just going to have to see what we can do. I think this will probably be the last game of the episode, just because we've had a few transfers and stuff. And, you know, I don't want to whiz through the transfers. I want you guys to... there'll be a YouTube poll, I think. I'll do a YouTube poll. And I'll do a straw poll in the description as well. To ask you guys if you think whether or not we need to sign another midfielder or not. Because I'm not too sure. We can probably get away with not having one. But we should probably get one anyway with the money we have. We have quite a bit of money. So I think we will try and get one. But I'm going to leave the choice up to you guys. If you guys want me to sign a centre midfielder, then obviously leave a comment, YouTube poll, straw poll. Let's get into this game. Blackpool's out with a 5 at the back today, looks like. Our first 5-back team to go up against. We're playing a bit more of an attacking formation today. So it looks a little more... you would say by looking at it, it's easier to break down a 5-back with the 4-3-3 compared to the 4-5-1. But you just don't know with this game. Blackpool, look, they're in League 2 now? We're a Championship League team. We're a championship side. So, ideally, we shouldn't have any problems with this, but you just, as I said, you just never know with this stupid game. That's a good ball in. Oh, the goalkeeper gets a hand to it. I saw it drifting, and I didn't know if he was going to get a hand to it or not, the goalkeeper. He did, and now Dalmedia has put a brilliant ball in for Ryan. But Mason, the new left-back, has been very impressive so far with his defensive duties. Here's Grant, good shot, goalkeeper saves, and we couldn't get the rebound. Here he comes then, has another shot, goalkeeper parries. Goalkeeper's day, Blackpool's goalkeeper, keeping them in the game. Here comes Cash Me Outside. Get it back to Cash Me Outside, here we go. Cash Me Outside, oh. Very nearly got through then. Here's Brereton then, our first proper chance of the game. And he hits the post. This is unreal. Wow, what a chance. Gone begging there. I thought he was going to hit it wide, to be fair, but he's hit the post. The post hasn't been kind and put it in for us either. Here's Brereton again, and there we go. He finishes it. At last, the striker. What a lethal strike. has just absolutely blasted it past the keeper. Blackpool today have been, I'll give them their credit, they've been really good today. They've been really good defensively. But that touch there, and that blast there, no goalkeeper's getting down to that one. His Clough, and he gets a second. Somehow he's got through all these defenders here. That was really, really tough. Look at this. He gets through. I wanted to have a shot there. He didn't get one off. Gets past. Levels it through the goalkeeper's legs as well. Wow, that was a cheeky finish. I remember Zach Clough. There was a lot of hype around Zach Clough a couple of years ago when he first burst onto the scene. People thought he was going to be, well, an absolute England superstar. Not so much now. Unfortunately for him, he finds himself at Nottingham Forest, which isn't a bad club, you know, Nottingham Forest. I'd say that's a pretty respectable club. They were very respectable within the 80s and the 90s at Nottingham Forest, so it's not a bad club to be at. They're not at their best at the moment. But, you know, they've always been up there, Nottingham Forest, ready for that promotion, but they've never just hit the nail on the head and got the promotion that they needed, unfortunately for them. But, you know, I didn't just choose Nottingham Forest because they had a lot of players. They have a lot of reputation, a lot of history, Nottingham Forest. Obviously, they have won trophies. They have won trophies, and if we can replicate that with an English, oh my goodness. Wow. That was a strike by Clayton. I'm stood here chatting away. I couldn't make the substitute either. Wow, that was an epic goal by Clayton. Again, the computer. The last couple of minutes of the game, it just turns itself up. It's like, nah, we can't be doing this. We can't be losing. But then they leave loads of space open. And Grant gets ourselves a 2-goal lead back again. Grant, this kid, he hasn't got a lot of pace, Grant. But he's really good technically on the ball. And he's really good at striking it. Just from these first couple of games, I've noticed that. Look at that great intelligence there from Ben Brereton. And then this is a really, really clever finish. And the Carabao Cup this season, could be a cup that we could target. Because a lot of the big teams don't play their strongest sides. And we're going to have a very promising English team. You know, by the time it comes to January, we're going to have a couple of youth players probably in the team as well. So, you know, we could be in for a pretty special team here. Good save by the goalkeeper there, Smith. We're going to get it back to Smith, and we're going to try and punt this one out into some cleared air. But, yeah, another good performance today by the lads. We're a little bit shaky on the defence, but, you know, we haven't been too bad. There we go, and that's the full-time whistle. It's a 3-1 away victory. I think that's a very respectable victory against a 5 at the back. You know, fairly level game. A few chances for Blackpool. That's what I'm trying to say. George Grant, man of the match there. Standout performances by a lot of players there. Gabriel came on. He was all right. Didn't really do too much. But Grant in the 9s. Brereton in the 9s. Clough, he was in the 9s. He played well today. Cohen and Cash, the midfielders, a lot better in there. They're a bit higher up, so they can do a bit more passing around. And I think the wingers helped. I think the wingers have helped. I think the formation change has helped. And, you know, I'm really excited for this one. I think we've got a really, really good team here. Obviously, we're only in the 9th of August. Still debating whether or not we'll play another game today or not. Just looking at how amount of time I've got left. We got a game coming up there, and that's against who's that even against? Oh, it's against Brentford. We look at the games we've got left at the moment. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I think we'll leave it there. I think we'll leave it there for now. You know. It's an interesting one. I think, no, we're going to leave it here. we're going to leave it here because, you know, we're here for a long time. I want to kind of have a look at some players that I might want to sign. I don't want you guys, you know, we'll finish up the transfer window next episode, even if we have to play 5 games. I will play freaking 5 games, alright? We'll finish up the transfer window next episode. But I did start recording a little bit later today, so it is a little bit later in the day, and I do have other things to do there. Coutinho, though, has left Liverpool. Sterling has gone to Leipzig. What? And Muller has gone to Barcelona. Hang on a minute. Wait, hang on. No. Surely not. Biabiani has moved. Umar's moved. Sanchez. Sterling to Leipzig confuses me. But, you know, we did ask for the transfer window to be a little less predictable. It is a lot less predictable this year. I'll give EA that. It is a lot less predictable. But you know, I'm happy with how the team's looking so far. That's how the team is looking. We might have a new midfielder to add by tomorrow. I'm not sure. As I said, poll up around here near my face somewhere. There's a YouTube poll. There's an eye. Make sure you click on that eye. There's a poll there most videos. And also, there's going to be a YouTube. There's always the comment section, and there's going to be a straw poll. Should I sign another central midfielder just as a backup? Yes or no? Leave a comment. Use the polls. All that good stuff. We're going to leave it here then. Leave a like if you did enjoy and you're enjoying the series so far. I'm very much enjoying the series so far. I think it is going to be a pretty good challenge. Comment down below, obviously, should I sign as a centre midfielder? Subscribe if you're new. Turn notifications on. And last but not least, don't forget to share the video with all your friends, family, deceased. No, probably not the deceased. What am I saying? I don't know. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.